Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing video of my latest purchase from Amazon. Today we're going to be looking at the Victure HC300 camera. And as I do with all my purchases, I like doing these unboxing videos in case there's somebody else out there who's considering buying the same item and just wanted to get an idea of what does it look like when you get it in. So I'm going to give you a quick glimpse of the box. Hopefully you're going to be able to see this okay. So one of the questions I do have about this camera is the box says it's 16 megapixel, and when I ordered it on Amazon it said it's 16 megapixel. But I was reading some of the reviews and some people said it was actually a 20 megapixel. So we're going to find out what the truth is here when we do this unboxing. So warranty registration card, Victure, looks like just a thank you information card about their company. HC300 instruction manual, mounting bracket, pretty standard mounting bracket. This is an all metal bracket. It's got this threaded arm on the end of it, and I'll show you where you'll put that in the camera. You don't want to use the metal mounting bracket. This one's a little bit easier, probably not as sturdy, but it's just a strap that you can run through the back of the camera, and you put it around a tree and pull it tight and you're ready to go. USB cable, this is for retrieving the pictures off of your camera. If you want to plug the camera straight into a computer, you can use this. I personally have never used those before. I always just pop out a memory card and pop that in my computer and take a look at the pictures. So let's take a look at the camera itself. It's amazing, these cameras. By the way, I paid $59 for this camera. It's September 2019. Just for reference, I don't know what the price will be if you're considering it, but that's what I paid, $59. So it's got a bottom latch here. This little metal circle is where you'll mount the metal mounting bracket if you're going to use that. Battery compartment is on the bottom. Runs on AA batteries, takes 8 AA batteries. And it uses a regular SD card, not a micro SD card. It has an input for a DC cord. If you want to plug in an electrical source to it or a solar panel, it's got that available. That's where you would plug in the USB cable, should you decide to use that. And it's also got a speaker microphone down here because I do believe it records audio on your video if you do video. So anyway, there's a quick unboxing. What I'm going to do now is I'll put some batteries in it and we'll go through the setup. Okay, so I've had a few seconds to go through and figure out how the setup of this camera works, and I was going to show you some of that just because it might help you just to know what the features are. Just one thing I'll mention, this is the memory card that I'm using in this camera. This is the same memory card I use in every camera. It's a Ultra SanDisk 32 gig Class 10 SD card. They sell these around Christmas time on Amazon for about $13, and it doesn't matter what trail camera I've used, I've never had any issues with them. The other thing I was going to say is, even though this camera takes 8 AA batteries, I've just put 4 in here and it powers up and it works fine. And that's the case with a lot of these cameras, is a lot of them will tell you need to put 8 in, but that's to get a full 5 to 6 month life expectancy out of the batteries. I'm close enough to my farm where I run 4 AA batteries. It lasts about 2 to 3 months, and that's my preference. There's nothing worse than going out to the farm and pulling your camera with 8 batteries in it and having, you know, false triggers, maybe a tree branch or somewhere where you put it gave you some bad pictures and you wasted 8 batteries when you could have just wasted 4. So anyway, got the memory card in, got the batteries in. Down here on the bottom, hopefully you're going to be able to see this, there's a little switch. The settings are off, test, and on, and all you're going to do is move it to the test setting, and that will cut on the camera. And let me see if I can cut off the light so you can see a little better. When I cut it on, you'll see that the buttons on the side here light up, and those are the buttons that you're going to use for setting the camera. There's basically a mode button down here, that's for taking a test image. There's an OK button, there's a down arrow, and there's an up arrow, and then up here is your menu button. So all you're going to do is press the menu button and you can go through all your different settings. So the first one we'll look at is mode. This is where you can set whether you want it to take a picture, video, or a photo and video every time it gets triggered. And then you just choose whatever you want and click OK. Let's look at the photo resolution. So one thing I did want to mention, this is a 20 megapixel camera. Even though the box says 16 megapixel and the Amazon listing says 16 megapixel, it's a 20 megapixel camera. You can do 20, 16, 12, 8, 5 or 3 megapixel, setting it on 20. Photo series, I'm not going to go through all this, but this is where you can say, hey, when the camera gets triggered, do I take 1 picture, 2 pictures, or 3 pictures? You can do your video resolution. 1920 by 1080p is the best resolution. The video length, unfortunately you can't do specific lengths. You have to do one of the delivered that they have, and those options are 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, or 5 seconds. And usually 30 seconds is a pretty good setting. Pir interval, how often do you want the camera to re-trigger itself after it's taken an image? So got it at 30 seconds. You can set your PIR sensitivity. You can do target recording time. You can do time lapse. You can change your language. This is for setting the date and time, serial number. You can change whether your temperature is in Celsius or Fahrenheit. You can cut off this beeping sound. As I'm pressing these buttons, you hear that beeping sound. Well, you can go in there and you can cut that off. And now you can see that it's quiet. You can choose whether to record audio when doing video. So do you want to capture sound in your videos or not? Do you want your, do you want the timestamp on? And you can format your memory card, and that's pretty much it. But anyway, the setup is really nice. The buttons are very responsive. They stick up, so they're easy to press. Anyway, that's a quick glance at it, at setting it up. When you get done, you just press this menu button, and if you move the camera from test to on, it'll start counting down, and once it counts down, it'll be ready to trigger. Anyway, that's a quick look at the setup. I hope that helps.